Sunny, how are you?
Hey, give me a second. I'm packing up some stuff. Just give me 1 second. Let me just jump in. Okay.
Sure.
Hey, I'm good. Yes, I'm around. How are you doing?
Very good. How are you? How was your day?
Day's been long. I've been playing catch up the entire day. But tell me, well, I don't know if you have read anything about my project at all, or do we start from the beginning? How do we start?
See, I got a chance to look at your website and the things that you've
Okay.
sent, also your LinkedIn profile as well.
Okay.
Uh, I have few questions, if you don't mind answering them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm not wrong, you are looking to market your fundingvelocity.com website. Is that correct?
Funding is correct. Yes.
Perfect. Since how long you have been into this business?
Uh, I ran it for 4 months now.
4 months now.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's much longer of a time how much I have actually done the funding. But we've not marketed ourselves because we have like the B2B partners. We didn't really market at all. Now we're starting to market. And for the past 4 months, we haven't really done much, to be honest.
Okay. So
Yeah.
prior to that, do you like and did you set up any acquisition funnel to get clients or to reach out to new startups and
That's
business?
a great question. Anytime we set up stuff, uh, we have uh, we have encountered issues, and we never really went with it. Yeah, so we don't.
Okay, okay, got it. And like by any chance, did you try outreaching on LinkedIn?
Uh, yeah, we haven't. I have uh, I have posted on LinkedIn maybe about 10, 20 times. We already got two clients from that, but that's from my network. So they were like, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing this," and we got two clients. But we need a little bit more steady flow of proper set of clients.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it, got
we don't have the systems needed for it.
got it. So what
Yeah.
is your main blocker for you right now? Is it to build your personal brand on LinkedIn or is it to generate leads?
That's a really good question. I think both separately,
Both
but
separately.
the more need is something that, yeah, the more need is for us to put money on the table, right? Personal brand, eventually that'll be really nice, but right now, we need money on the table.
Okay. The reason why I asked this question is that I do have
Yeah.
a system which can help you build your brand to generate inbound leads, as well as we do outbound on your
hmm
behalf through your profile so that like we get you the people who are actually interested in buying from you and all this stuff.
hmm I mean, the thing is, like, it's they are both tied to each other, right? Like, it's not one or the other. It both need. I mean, better personal brand means better sales. Better sales means, I can easily create the personal brand as well, right?
Oh,
So there is, yeah, both needed. More important right now is, uh, lead source.
right, right, right. So just before I show you the system that I have in place and how the system works and what kind of results you will get, I have just one
hmm
question which I'm very curious to know, uh, which is like, how did you like find my ad? Because I think you are not from India and you are from New York City. Is that correct?
I am Indian. I was in India when I saw the ad.
Oh,
I visit India for like 3 to 4 months every year. My parents live in India, so I visit there.
I see. I was curious
Yeah,
about it because your profile is completely based out in New York City, and then there was no
yeah,
Indian. So that is the reason why I was curious to know that, like, how did you find my ad?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, that doesn't change anything, right?
No, 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 not at all. I was just curious to know this because, like,
No,
I
no,
was
no, of
just
course.
thinking that, like, okay, maybe my ad has been shown in some other country, and that's how I got this lead.
Uh,
So I was just
Gotcha.
like your pattern so that like I can target on the basis of that. This is the sole reason.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm a very weird anomaly because most of the people who are most Indians who are living in the US are employees. So they don't go to India and click on the ads like this. But I run my own business. When I go, it's a I know I'm a weird anomaly on this thing. But yeah, I need to have. See, the thing is, like, I know that Claude can set up these systems easily. But instead of me trust depending on Claude and doing
Back and forth.
tests back and forth, I would rather give it to someone who is known, who's done it, and then they take care of it.
That totally makes sense. And the things
Yeah,
that you that comes with experience, I think no AI can match that. Like AI can answer it, AI can speed up the work, but experience is always the experience because at the end of the
true. Yeah,
has to give the prompt, and those prompts should come from the people who already understand like what things works on LinkedIn and what thing does not work.
exactly, exactly.
That absolutely adds a value. So,
Right.
Sabri, with this note, I think I have got the answers to all the questions that I needed to know, and then
Okay.
now I can show you the system. So I'll take like 10 to 15 minutes, and after that, like you can decide
Sure.
if it's right fit for you or not.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm just sharing my screen. Uh,
Okay.
so my system has four step in process, wherein step one and step two corresponds to getting your inbound leads. Step three and step four corresponds to getting your outbound. Okay, so I have been using this same system that I'm going to tell you in the next 50 minutes for the past 7 years. And by
Okay.
using this system, I got appointed two times for the US based companies as a CMO, and one time again as a CMO for Sweden based company.
Okay.
Okay. And just for your just for the example on this call, let me just show you a very very quick example. This person based out in UAE, Sargi, and he's a CEO of a
Okay.
company called X Hype, which is a $18 million company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a message that I received from his site. Let me just zoom in. So I received this message. Hi Rohan, I was wondering if you can help me reactivate my company socials, especially LinkedIn. I'm looking for someone with expertise in social media growth and who understand real metrics. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I've got many examples like this, many inbound leads like this. So the first step is always to optimize your profile so that whenever someone lands on your profile, they get to know who you are and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe your system and your profile is already optimized, but I can still see a lot of AI content on your profile. I can smell
What
it.
do you mean lot? What do you mean lot of AI content?
Lot of as in like the language that you are using, it's not coming from uh your opinion, it's coming from the AI.
Yeah,
That is,
yeah, of course. I mean, I meant, but what do you mean lot of? All of it is from AI. That's all I meant.
see, there is no tool at this moment which identifies exactly like how much content has been written from AI accurately, right? That is the reason
Mhm.
why I can't say that how much percentage of content has been done with AI. But as you just confirmed that the complete content has been done with AI, I can actually sense that. So this is
No,
the
the thing is, I basically have a conversation with AI, and AI produces all of these content, right? So it doesn't matter, right? Like for me, it is AI generated content, but I got two leads, both converted at high percentage, right? So I'm totally cool with that. But if you can top it, that's amazing.
See, if it is working, there is nothing better than that. But what happens is that, Sabi, let me just show you another example. See, I'm not against of AI at all, but what I feel is that a lot of people from different locations actually judges you that like how you are producing content. Because I've met a lot of people very recently, and then they say like, no, Rohan, I don't want to post any content which is coming from AI because that hampers my image. I still want to write it on my own, right? And that clearly happens when people checks your LinkedIn profile. So this person that I'm showing you right now, Anuj Arya, he's a director of Clearfast Air Cargo Limited. We started working with him when he had zero connections, zero. Today he has somewhere around 2376 connections. And look at
Mm.
the results that we have produced for him. if I just go into the analytics part, in the impressions, in the last 7 days, he has got 72,000 impressions, all organic, nothing paid. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, if I just fit it on the basis of past 90 days, 286,000 impressions, all organic, nothing paid. But
Mm-hmm.
main thing is not how many impressions you get. Main thing is audience, from where you are getting the impressions. 60% of impressions are coming from this industry, which is his primary industry. 34% impressions are coming from the senior level people, which is again his primary audience. Because we need to understand one aspect that we are not a creator on LinkedIn. We are a business who is doing a B2B business with others. So it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter whether you get viral or whether you not get viral. Even if you get 100 impressions, that should come from the right audience so that you will be able to generate business out of it. That is the ultimate
Right.
goal.
Right.
Now, to fill this part up, what we did with Anuj Arya, we basically asked him to fill this questionnaire first. Let me just show you the questionnaire. Because
Mm-hmm.
I am someone who is from the marketing background and who doesn't understand what is logistics, what is import and export, how does it works. And in fact,
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand every business, right? And for the fact, this system that I have made, it is basically independent of the system of the domain that you are in. And how does it
Mm-hmm.
work? Basically, we ask you series of questions to identify your business, to identify your pattern, to identify your brand tone, brand voice, everything.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you fill this questionnaire up, after that, we basically create a strategic content calendar for you. Let me just bring that up as well. And this strategic content calendar helps us to, to establish you as a thought leader in your domain, wherein we identify different pillars around your business. And then we categorize these pillars into the funnel called top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. So that like we can identify when we want to chase vanity metrics and when we want to chase revenue metrics. And then comes the content idea, wherein we take the help of ghostwriting to put you into the shoes of your ICP. So that
Mm-hmm.
whenever your ICP reads your content, they just feel like, oh, I have been into the same situation that Sabri was in 2 years back, 3 years back, or maybe 4 years back. And the kind of
Mm-hmm.
solution that he is giving me right now, it actually makes sense. That's how we establish your
Mm-hmm.
content in any order.
Gotcha.
Then to test it out, what's working on your profile and what's not working on your profile, because nobody can actually tell you. No
Mm-hmm.
stats can prove it, right? This is the reason why we test it on our own on every profile, where we test out static plus image, carousel, poll, video, and text only. We do
Mm-hmm.
this activity for a month and then we analyze what is working on your profile and what is not working on your profile. And then, because we understand you are a founder and anything goes out with your profile through your profile actually adds value and can also land you in trouble if we claim something unexpectedly,
Yeah.
right? That is
Mm-hmm.
the reason why we give you the freedom wherein we use a CRM called Trello, where you have sections like to do, approve, rejected, needs improvement, and posted. What does this mean? When you expand any card, you will be able to see the content of that day that we have designed along with the creative that we have attached.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like the content and the creative that we have attached is meeting your requirements, you just move into the approve section, and that way my team will only post content that has been approved.
Gotcha.
If you feel like no, Rohan, this is not meeting up to my standards, you just add it to the rejected part, and then my team will entirely replace that content. Or if you feel like Rohan, I just have few feedback and I want to have some minor changes, so you leave your feedback in the comment section, and then my team will work according to your feedback. So that's how you control your LinkedIn. But does visibility only depends on posting content? Obviously not. It also depends when you engage with your target audience.
Mm-hmm.
For that fact, what we do social listening. Do you understand what is social listening by any chance?
Yeah, it's basically glorified Google Alerts.
It's basically where you monitor selected keywords, and whenever someone mentions those keywords, you will.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
that's what I mentioned as glorified Google Alerts. But
yes,
um, before we go further, let me just talk about a few things that I had to ask you.
yeah,
Um, this is Funding Velocity is one of my companies, a new company that I'm putting effort into. So you seeing this in my profile. Ideally, I would like it to be from a profile that's not tied to me. And I because I do business coaching and mentorship,
okay,
right? Now that also feeds to funding velocity is also one of the clients, right? And funding velocity has about eight specific avatars that we want to research into, which has been a nightmare to categorize because who needs funding? Everybody who's in business needs funding, right? So the ICP is so broad, so we're trying to go after eight different ICPs. We slashed it down to three ICPs, and we're marketing to three ICPs currently, right? The post and everything was written for three ICPs. So the problem where this problem comes in is um, if someone from one of my other ventures is looking up, my profile looks very different,
Gotcha.
right? So I was wondering, and I know that LinkedIn is not a huge fan in creating multiple profiles for the same person, right? So how do your I'm not the only first person who came up with this problem. Elon Musk has this problem, right? So everybody has this problem. How do your clients currently handle it?
See, I there was this client of mine, Devesh Singh Rathod. He's the
Mm-hmm.
CEO of three companies at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein like EduMinds Learning is one of them, Global X Publication is another, and then he's a director of this newsest. So
Mm-hmm.
he came to me, he had this same problem that like Rohan, how should I position myself so that like I can show all the companies that I'm part of.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we came out with this positioning, where we find out that like first, your target audience needs education. They want to be recognized as a doctor, as a PhD person. And that is a time when they want to publicize themselves. That is why we set the next step as publication. And then comes to improvise your image, which is why we came up with the amplification part. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Inside
Okay.
in your case, uh, when you can't show all the companies on your profile, right? So obviously we have to create some allies accounts, or maybe you can or maybe we can use the accounts from your companies, people that are working inside your company at the CXO.
Mm.
That's the only option that we have when you can't
Okay. Fair enough.
do the different companies.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sometimes for
Yeah.
example, for the people like me, I'm managing two LinkedIn profiles under my name.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, one is this one, let me just show you. One is this one, and another one is this one. Let me just bring it up.
Is that a different LinkedIn? Google browser, like Google login.
So we use this software called Incognition.
Cognition. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't store your cookies and also stuff.
Cognition browser. Okay.
So even I had the same problem wherein I'm working in two different departments and then I don't want it to confuse my audience.
Overlap with each other. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
this is the reason why I
Uh.
created two different profiles.
Yeah. Definitely. And so the thing is like it's these are not unrelated industries. The one that I'm having, just like most people are. I mean, so they are kind of unrelated. So one is funding, another one is business coaching and advisory, and the third one is management. Right? They're kind of all next to each other, but the minute someone sees that I'm doing all the three, they don't think it's exclusive enough. So I need to create separate profiles. So I'm just in that confusion. But thank you for answering that question. I'll let you continue on what you were continuing before. Thank you.
For sure, for sure. So the next part is visibility that we were discussing about. So for the visibility part, we do like we monitor selected keywords through on your profile. Whenever someone mentions
Mm-hmm.
keywords, does not matter whether you are connected with that person on LinkedIn or not. Whenever someone mentions
Mm-hmm.
keywords, we get the information like date, when the content was posted, author, who posted that content, and the link to the LinkedIn post. After
Mm-hmm.
that, my intelligence system visits that particular LinkedIn post. It reads the complete content, and on the basis of the content, I have given basically seven frameworks to write the comment.
Okay.
It identifies which framework is best suited for that LinkedIn post, and by using that framework, it writes the comment. And then my team will manually verify whether that post is worthy enough to comment or not. If it is, the market is posted. If it is not, the market is not relevant.
How would you how would you how like is there like a metrics that is that it guns out? How does it know whether this is worth doing it or not?
Yeah. For example, just like I opened this content right now, just look at it. This is a one-liner comment. I mean post. It doesn't make any sense if I just comment underneath.
Yeah, okay.
So this is where we will just completely ignore it. Then comes the content which is coming from the LinkedIn pages. Because LinkedIn algorithm works very differently,
Hmm.
where it pushes the content coming from the person profile more than the coming from the LinkedIn pages. So this is where we ignore the company
Hmm.
page content as well. And sometimes what
Hmm.
happens that uh, you are dealing in USA and then someone from India has written a post about it. So it doesn't make any sense to
Uh-huh.
that person.
Right, right, right. Okay.
So there are multiple factors on which my team basically identifies whether that post is worthy enough to comment or not.
Gotcha. Okay.
One thing that I want to highlight over here is that when we engage, so we don't engage where we just mention down, hey, well written post, very well written down, or something like this. We never appreciate that. We always put our opinion so that like we can
Hmm.
initiate the conversation. For example, look at this one today. We engage with this person, Dimeji. He's
Hmm.
marine operations coordination, and then this was the post that he did, and then my team basically did this comment, which attracted 39
Hmm.
impressions as well as one reply from the author. This is
Hmm.
where we always make sure that like we initiate the conversation and not end the conversation, because the end goal of doing this activity is to get to the business. And
Right.
that will
Okay.
only happen when other person notices your comment and then comes to your profile to check it out who you are and what you do.
Hmm.
So that's what the main agenda. So whatever activity we do, we always make sure that like the efforts that we are putting in at the end of the day, it should generate some business.
Right.
Otherwise, just posting content and then engaging with people randomly does not add any value to the business.
Right.
Okay. So this is where we work in the step one and step two, which helps you get inbound leads. Now, if I talk about outbound, so what we do differently is that just for this call, I'm taking a very, very simple example so that everybody can understand. And then once we decide to work together, then that is where we apply more filtrations. So let's say
Hmm.
I want to reach out to the CEO of a SaaS industry based out in USA. So I'm gonna do
Okay.
a simple Boolean search where I just written down CEO and SaaS, and then I'm just gonna apply a location filter, United States. Now LinkedIn is going to recommend me some people who are the CEO of a SaaS industry based out in USA. If this is my target audience, then LinkedIn is recommending me that Rohan, reach out to them immediately. But I'm not gonna do that step. What I'm gonna do differently is that first I'm gonna compile their LinkedIn profile URLs from this LinkedIn search. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Next step is for every profile that I have scraped, for every one of them, I'm gonna scrape out headline, country, city, company, website, and company LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Okay. Then for every profile, I'm gonna scrape their last 30 days activity on LinkedIn. What content they posted, with whom they engaged, what content they liked, what content they commented on, what was the comment that they did.
Hmm.
And on the basis of their activity, we match the intent with your service. If the intent gets matched, the person becomes qualified. Otherwise, the person becomes not qualified.
What do you do with the service? I didn't get that the word.
For example, let's say there are some founders that we have scraped out. Now
Hmm.
we will scrape the last 30 days activity on LinkedIn. And let's say
Hmm.
all those some of the founders are basically engaging with the investors, liking their posts, commenting underneath, or
Hmm.
showing a pattern.
Hmm.
That clearly tells me that this person is actually looking for the services to raise the funds for their business.
Okay.
That we match the intent.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. So that's what we do. And
Oh,
once
that is interesting. Okay.
and once they it then gets matched, the person becomes qualified. And then for the qualified people, what we do, we scrape three important information. One, recommended action. Second, outreach angle, and third one is notes. Recommended action means what action you should take on that profile. Outreach angle means how you should initiate the conversation, and notes that add complements to the message.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we combine these three pieces of information together to get a super personalized outreach messages.
Okay.
So we don't send out same copy pasted templates to everyone. We only
Okay.
send we only send out customized messages so that we can grab the attention of the user.
Okay.
And every message is different from one another. No message is same. And once this is done, then we send a connection request. Once they accept it, we send the outreach message, and then we monitor the statuses like positive reply, negative reply, not replied, email rejected, and neutral reply. So that's how
Okay.
we bring with the people who are actually interested in buying your services. Now, if I talk about the results, so for Sarah is one of my clients. She is into AI automation partnership. For her, what we did, I basically scraped out 6,000 profiles from LinkedIn to reach out.
Okay. Okay.
Out of 6,000 profiles, 4,000 profiles got disqualified. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 profiles got qualified, and remaining 1,000 profiles got partially qualified.
Okay.
So we reached out to these 1,000 people in 2 months. And now, if I show you the positive reply count, then you can clearly see we got 45 positive replies in 2 months. And if I just count neutral, so we got 60 neutral replies. That makes 100 plus people interested in her offer in 2 months.
Okay.
So that's the kind of result that we have generated for Sarah. So with this
Okay.
approach, I'm not saying that like I will be able to get you X number of people because every business has different demands. So numbers and the result gets changed. But with this
Mm.
system, the average that I'm getting is 5 to 10 replies every month.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk numbers then. How much do you charge?
I charge for the complete execution wherein like 6 pieces of content a day, 10 to 20 times engagement a day. Along with that, 400 to 600 people we reach out every month. And for the
Okay.
complete execution, we charge $500 a month.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, the thing that I'm finding it hard is that there's no correlation, right? For leads versus the effort that you put in. But that's the nature of the beast. You don't know until you get in, right?
Uh,
Uh, what's
Correlation.
that? No, we can't like I'm a business owner. I need to see, okay, how much am I spending what for, right? You said, well, there's, 20 to 30 leads every month, $500, right? That's a correlation you run. It's not one to one. It could be 300. It could be zero, right? But you gave me an overall number of say 20 to 30 leads every month, right? Um, okay, that's fine. Uh, what I would like is um, this. How long does it take for us to see results? You said 2 months, right? Is that the right amount of time?
No, no, no. I didn't say 2 months. The activity that I did for Sarah was for 2 months.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't even deal with the US clients. How'd you get Zara?
I deal with US clients. I have worked with this client called what's his name? Jeremy. He's based out in USA, Denver. Jeremy Rivera.
Okay.
And then we are working with this lady called Lauren. Again, she's from USA. Let me
Okay.
just, yeah, let me just bring her profile. Give me 1 second. I'm just stopping my screen for a second.
Okay.
Lauren. Yeah, Lauren Borisov. Let me just share my screen again. So this is Lauren Bursa. Again, she's from USA. We are working with her. Then there is
Okay.
another person called Carlos. He is based out in Spain. We are working with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a lot of international clients.
Okay. Mm, okay. I'm trying to see how we can make this more straightforward and simplified. Um, okay, what is your client intake process like? Because you need to understand what my ICP is, and because until then you can't really say. Because right now you can only say, well, it's 20 to 30 leads. You might hear my niche, and you could be like, Sabri, I can maybe get one lead every month, or maybe you could be like, oh, Sabri, no problem at all, 300 leads every month, no problem at all, right? So I probably need to tell you about this. What is your intake process like?
For sure. So see, once we decide to work together on the very first day of the very first week, I share a detailed questionnaire with you, customized questionnaire for your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you answer that, which will take you 30 minutes to fill that out, the moment you answer that, then I'm gonna create your onboarding document in which I'm gonna give you the direction that I'm gonna take, who's your ICP, what are their pain points, and every stuff that will be covered. It will be a very detailed document of 30 pages. The moment you give me a green signal,
Okay.
then by the fifth day of the same week, I'm gonna optimize your LinkedIn profile. Okay, where
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 2 to 3 LinkedIn banners to choose from, 2 to 3 LinkedIn headlines to decide from. So there will be different multiple options that we will give you before we make it live on your LinkedIn account. Once that is
Okay.
done, then in the second week, on the very first day of the second week, we work on your content calendar for the whole month. So by the second day of the second week, we share the complete content calendar so that like whenever you get time, you can approve it and we don't work at the last hour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Gotcha.
that, yeah, once that part is done, then by the third week, we set up your engagement activity wherein we engage through your profile 10 to 20 times a day.
Okay.
Okay. While this foundation is being done,
So they 10 to 20 times is you said after the second week?
after like that, we decide on the basis of the engagement that we get in the second week. Like we are not rigid about like we will start only in the third week. The moment we feel like okay, your account has been warmed up and we can start the engagement activity now. This is where we bring up the engagement activity in the second week also.
Okay.
Okay, and then comes the outreach activity.
Okay.
So if we do the engagement from the second week, then we start the engagement from the outreach from the third week, and if we do the engagement from the third week, then we do the outreach process from the fourth week.
Okay.
Because in the case of
Okay. All right. So it takes how long for me to start seeing results? You're saying the first month is kind of like setting up and testing, kind of, right?
usually, if I just show you right now one very cool example. So this person that I just showed you, by the way, like this Devesh Singh Rathore is also looking for funding. So I can connect you with this person if this is your target audience. I'm not sure. Maybe you can have a look at his profile afterwards after this call, and then you can let me know whether you want to be connected.
I need them to be U.S. citizens.
Oh, okay, no problem then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was giving you this example wherein
Uh,
like when we onboarded Devesh Singh Rathore in the very first month, right?
mm-hmm,
Let me just bring this up.
mm-hmm,
Very first month we gave him 30
mm-hmm,
and out of which 22 were positive.
mm-hmm.
So it didn't take us
Gotcha.
to get him the results. It just took us 1 month because we started the outreach activity by the third week only. So this was the result that we generated for him in the very first month,
Mm-hmm,
wherein we published out 19 posts through his profile and we attracted
mm-hmm,
490 impressions, out of which 19,770 people we reached out uniquely. Total engagement we received,
mm-hmm,
right? And average impression per post was this much. Now, if I show you the outreach process,
mm-hmm.
then this is what we did for him in the very first month, wherein we send out 295 connection requests, out of which 105 people accepted it. That gave us 35.6% acceptance rate. And then we sent out messages to 391 people. That gave us 30 replies, which is basically 7.7% reply rate.
Mhm.
And this is the result that we got in the very first month.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't mean that like you will always get the result in the 2 months, but on an average, you get the results in 1.5 months.
Okay. All right. So let us look at a few other things. So you ran an ad, which I came in and I paid $100 for this meeting, and then uh, we were not able to schedule whatever the case is, right? Um, what that does is you get poor part of the ad spend back, right? Which is I mean, obviously, I'm more committed to talking to you because you asked me for money, right? And I paid you money, right? You're not gonna become rich off of $100, but it's a good hook, right? And I have been trying to see if I can implement any of that in my ad campaign where I'm spending money on it, right? You guys do Instagram ads, but that's just for your company. You don't do for your clients, do you?
No, I have a full-fledged marketing agency.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough. And they run your ads on Instagram and specific, like plain and straightforward, is it?
Yeah, we do run ads not only on Meta, but also on the Google.
On Google as well. Okay. Is that a company that you guys want to refer, or is it you want to keep that? Because like I'm looking for. I spoke with someone in Costa Rica, and I'm in the initial conversations with that. But if you guys have, I mean, your guy was able to reach me, right? Which means he would be able to reach someone else as well. Like for me, I also want something that's measurable, where hey, I spent $500, and I my equation is if I spend $100, I'll get 5 clients. If I get $500, I'll spend 25 clients. Right? It's an easy math for me. The one that you have currently is like, well, it has to give results. Let's spend this money and see. Right? Which means my money is at risk. So I'm not picking either or. I'm planning to do both, which is why I was asking you that.
So we do these ads part in-house along with the funnel design because
Okay.
the landing page that you saw and the offer that you see and the reason why you are on this call, this is all the this is all because of the offer that I designed.
Gotcha. Okay. So, could you design the offer for me as well?
I can. I just need to understand your business. Uh,
So I have offers built by Claude, but then it's gonna look just like the LinkedIn offer, LinkedIn page, because I use Claude to build it. Right? There's no, yeah. It does it better than I can do. Not as good as a professional can, probably. Right? Um, yeah. If that's something that you guys can help me with, that would be great as well. Um, because anyways, we need to understand my ICP before getting started, right?
for sure. That's the
Yeah,
ultimate one.
yeah. Um, okay. So how do we go from here?
So, to understand your process, I think you need to share all the landing pages, all the funnels that you have designed, all the ads that you have designed. And once
Okay.
I go through with them, after that, like I can tell you like what better we can do in this case.
I have documents. I have documents. Pages and pages have documents. I have brand identity docs. I have docs on what the ICPs are. I have docs on what the um, initial messaging things are. To be honest, the ad copy I have written for VSLs are kind of eh. I wouldn't do it, but I'm like, sure, I'm not gonna sit down and fix it. I just left it at that. So I can give you all of those docs, would that help you in the initial designing of the ICP and building of the offer?
Definitely, it will definitely help me.
Okay. If you go to fundingvelocity.com/bridge, that will be one. Let me check for what else will be there. I think I should probably just send you the docs because the landing page is not done very well yet. Because okay, so let me just forget about you reading anything. I'll just tell you a few things. So the ICP, there are three major categories. The one is someone who's a business owner who needs funding to cover payroll and other business expenses, right? So this is a very common situation after a business stands up before your revenue is coming in, but it's going to take 2 to 3 months. In the meantime, you have to pay your employees, you need to pay your bills and whatnot. It's for that, right? That's a major ICP. Second is the people who are running a project. Say they are probably running a development project or fix and flip in real estate, or they are doing a startup and they don't have money. They have savings and they don't have money, right? So this is for covering expenses for those people. That's the second ICP. The third one is people uh, who are basically mm, one-off like investors, like people who are real estate investors who have uh, who are looking to do their first fix and flip or looking to buy something. Uh, and the second one is like they can get say for example they can get business. They want to buy a business. Buying is it takes about $2 million to buy, but you need to put down 200,000 deposit to the SBA to beg to get $2 million, right? So we'll fund you that money. So that works up till $1 million. So which is like we do up to $250,000 in funding. Um, that's something we could do. But these three ICPs are drastically different. And we were originally considering people who are doing trading and people who are doing different things. But the main three categories I just mentioned, it's a someone who is in business cash flow. Cash flow goes up and down. Second is the project finance or a startup. Uh, Third is someone who needs fix and flip kind of situation. Okay, they are real estate investors who want cash for doing the flip. These are the three major categories. Now, there are side categories as well. Say freelancers who are just starting off a job. They Someone got laid off from business and from their job. They want to start a new freelancing thing. For that, they need to spend money instead of spending their own personal capital. They can spend business credit. But the problem with that is usually these people don't want to pay. They have a weird setup about like if you're an employee, you don't want to pay for getting access to credit because you don't think that way. So that's the reason we didn't include these people in the longer list. What other questions do you have?
Uh, what ad angle did you try?
Um, the ones that we've tried so far are very generic. Um, like looking for is a like someone who is in a need currently is a shitty client for us because if he needs money right now, he cannot wait until the next 2 weeks, which is the minimum amount of time it takes for us to get the cash. Right. Ideal client for us is someone who is in business, has been in business for at least 2 years, has at least 200, 700 credit score, which means he's managed his finance as well. Um, and they need money in 20 days, or slightly more, or someone who's looking forward to building their business credit. They understand the need of a business credit and they want to build their business credit, and they're happy to wait for say about 2 to 3 months to build their credit limit of like a quarter million, $500,000 to even up to $1 million, right? So ad angles that has worked for us currently is, I mean, I've created a bunch of ads. We've not run any ads at all. The post that has worked for us is the talking about in LinkedIn. If you scroll at LinkedIn, you will see these posts. Um, Someone who was worried about how am I gonna make payroll in 2 months or the next month, right? They know that they're burning it down and their revenues are not coming in. Their revenues are going to take about 3 to 6 months to come. They need something to bridge in the middle. They don't want to give up their equity, right? And I spoke about this exact scenario. Turns out that one of my friends from like 25 years ago was going through the exact same thing. He picked up the phone, called me, and said, "Get me this, whatever this is." Right. So that's the only angle that I have seen work so far so well. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Yes, I think I have to do some more research on the
Okay.
offer that you have on the business that you are dealing in, and on the basis of that, I need to find
Okay.
out. Yeah, maybe you can tell me
Okay.
your competitors who are also running ads in the same domain. That would actually help me out.
Yeah, I can tell you that. Yes, I can tell you that most of the competitors that I have are really terrible. Real terrible in the sense not that they are bad people but they are bad in their business, but they market to people who are looking for free money. Usually to poor people who are looking for money. I don't know why that's the only place that they've been running ads. Maybe this industry is not as, maybe I'm missing something. That's very possible. But most of the people who are advertising are get free money, right? Or they're targeting people who are already in trouble. That is, I'm seeing that that's the worst kind of people to be the client because they want money, they don't want to do anything, and they just get mad at you every time things are not working. I've seen this with my so we were white label for someone else, and we see that about 40 to 50 people who come through, of 40 to 50 people every month, out of 40 to 50, about 35 of them are not qualified, which means the qualification is a huge step like that needs to be done. Yeah. Um, I can give you some of the Instagram handles of some of the people. I think my debt or life is one guy. And then Business Credit King is one other guy. And uh, I will have to look it up. Uh, Credit. Um, the Credit Dude is one guy.
Okay.
Mm, Mr. Credit Yourself. And all of these guys focus on one thing, uh, about credit as a product. I am looking at this as they they're they are they are focusing on um, individuals who can show as though they run a business to get money. business credit money. I'm targeting to people who don't know that business credit exists and how to apply for this business credit in a fashion that you get maximum credit. That's the only difference between most of the people and I.
I see.
Did you get it? Yeah. And also, funding velocity is one of the entry points for me because once they are with me on how to get funding, uh, I'm suspecting that a good chunk of them will come for project advisory and bigger funding needs. Um, I stay with them for longer period of time in other ventures.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think with this too much of information, I think I can find out something and I can go ahead.
Okay. All right. Um, cool. So how do we touch base after this?
Allow me 24 to 48 hours to work on the information that you have shared with me. And if I will
Okay.
have any questions, I'll ask you either on email or maybe on your WhatsApp. And
Okay. All right. Sounds good. WhatsApp is better.
okay, perfect, perfect. And then once I have two things ready, then I can I will let you know and then we can have a quick call afterwards.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. And as always, if you're keen to have, because I mean I go through a lot of business owners, and as you can see, my ICP is people who are business owners, right? So I'm happy to refer anyone to you who has a need. One other ICP that I totally forgot, that's an important one, is partners, referral partners. For me, one referral partner is worth about 25 ICP clients, because that's how many people they would refer to me in a 3 or 4 year period.
Okay,
So a referral partner is someone who is a marketing agency. It could be a business coach. It could be a an attorney or an accountant. Any professional services that deals with business owners.
got it, got it.
Yeah. And if I can sponsor a spot with like any of the business events, right? Then all of a sudden, then I'm like a preferred whatever person. But for that, that's one of the main reasons I need LinkedIn for, because otherwise, like, LinkedIn is a fucking waste of time for me if I sit down and do it, right? But if someone is doing it for me, like, I want to find as many spots where I can go and speak, where I can, get on a stage or get in a podcast and talk about people how they can get funding, right? And what the important thing is, right? If I'm able to do that, I think I can grow my account fast enough. I also wanted to do it on Instagram because there's a lot of people on Instagram, but like Instagram is full of a lot of the credit funding guys, like my competitors, right? Because they're targeting to individuals. I'm targeting business owners, right? That's the difference.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So that's one of the ICPs that I was like, wow, who am I forgetting? That's the main one. Yeah, and like referral partners, we usually give out about. I mean, if a person is the right audience and he gets funded, we gave him $700 for every referral.
Okay,
Our lifetime value is such that it's worth enough for us.
got it, got it. Allow me some
Yeah,
time to work on this.
sure.
And
Please send me a WhatsApp on whenever you're done, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
for sure, for sure.
Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. I would really like if you guys can help me sport out the avatar and the VSLs and stuff like that, which I've been doing myself with the with my platform. I can have someone else run the ads per se, but if you guys can do the marketing strategy, that'd be great.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll work on
Okay.
the things that you have shared.
Uh, I'm assuming that's Indian to Indian. I'm assuming that's a freebie. You're gonna like a welcome bonus kind of thing.
I will appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Cool. Let me know. I'll wait to hear from you. Okay.
For sure, for sure.
Thanks a lot for your time, Ron. Appreciate it, man. Cheers. Bye.